Good morning, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. Happy self-care and self-love Sunday. It is 8 a.m. and this is not my normal routine to be up and at 'em on a weekend this early. But today is exciting because I'm on my way to DC to meet up with my friend and go to a sound bath yoga class in a museum, which I'm so pumped for. I've never done anything related to sound bath before, but I've heard such good things, so I'll keep you posted on how that goes. Probably gonna get brunch afterwards, but yeah, stay tuned. I had time to grab a vanilla latte, and it's been helping me out a lot in keeping me energized. But if you are enjoying my vegan lifestyle vlogs and mindfulness related videos, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment, and click on the bell to stay notified. Hi everyone, I am back home from yoga and sound bath, and it was such a relaxing Zen experience. I feel so rejuvenated, calm, and just the sound bowls they used really did elevate the whole yoga practice. So super glad I went. My friend and I met up there, and then right after the class ended, we walked over to, I think it's pronounced Tate, I could be wrong, it's Tatte, but we ended up getting a quick little snack there and chatting, and then I came back home. And also I didn't get a chance to show the yoga fit today. This is actually a new set that I ordered from Girlfriend Collective. I have another set of theirs, and I think like a crew neck and sweatpants matching set, and I love the fact that they're eco-conscious. They don't use, I'm like 95% sure they don't use sweatshops to make their clothes, but really loved the color and the like details of the lining on these leggings. They're super soft, and then this tank is very soft as well. And yeah, love a good halter. So this was the yoga fit today. I am gonna continue on with my self-care and self-love Sunday by eating a lunch that I just whipped up because I got hungry again, and I'm gonna read, and then going to do some gratitude journaling, and we'll see how the rest of the day unfolds. But here is the lunch. It's my classic tofu, orange bell peppers, onions, and red chili peppers, and rice stir fry. And I'm also watching Gilmore Girls because it's not a self-care day without Gilmore Girls in the background.
back. So either way, let's get the call. Let's talk about what's going on now. I'm saying no to you. I can't tell you what I'm working on. I don't know what's going on. The novel is like secret there. Don't bring other people in on it.
The Miller's back for the third time this week? Yep, she sure is. Exciting. I've got to call and tell Marie. You know, she had been making the dead while she was still wearing footsie pajamas. Chicken This is our first step on the road to being salon. I mean, as soon as word gets out that Norman Mailer is having lunch with the Dragonfly, it's just a matter of time before the rest of the literati come sweeping in. Sounds great. So, of course, let's keep Vidal on the other side of the room. But, you know, probably Gabriel Garcia Marquez will run interference for us.
Butterbath, boys, butterbath.
Everything okay?
Sure. And I'm thrilled and delighted that Norman Mailer is coming in here every day and sitting at the table for four and ordering nothing at all but tea. Tea? Iced tea. Glass after glass after glass.
I'm sure he orders more than iced tea.
Are you now?
All right, you make great iced tea. Legendary. So, can you blame him?
All I know is when Billy Joel came into the Independence and he would pack it away. Appetizers, main course, and 2-3 desserts. That was a man that knew how to eat. And he was almost able to hide it.
That's good of everybody's honest.
It's a restaurant, not a coffee shop.
It is a few hours later. The coffee that I made earlier in the previous clip didn't really do the trick because I ended up taking an unintentional nap for I think like an hour and a half, and yeah, time got away from me and I was watching Gilmore Girls, ended up getting hungry again, so I cooked up ramen and just been resting and laying around being cozy. But I'm actually reading this book. It's called How to Be Loved by Humble the Poet. I first heard of him through Jay Shetty's podcast. Definitely check him out if you haven't heard of him. Super insightful. And to go along with the theme of the video, which is Self-Care Sunday and Self-Love Sunday, I wanted to read this chapter, or this part of a chapter called Self-Care is Not Always Self-Love. And this one really resonated with me because in our modern day, there are so many people who talk about self-care and really are intentional about how they implement that into their weekly routine or their day-to-day. And I think obviously there's this huge movement towards self-care, and sometimes it's easy to assume that self-love and self-care is always interchangeable, but this chapter kind of breaks it down and makes those two things separate and distinct, which I thought was really insightful. And the way he writes is just very practical, straightforward, and gives really relevant examples of practicing love and also living in a way that is true to your own definition of love. So without further ado, because I clearly will not be able to explain it and capture the sentiment as well as if I just read it to you. So bear with me, it is going to be a paragraph or two. Self-care can take us into the trap of trying to feel like enough, when self-love lets us know it's okay to be what we are, where we are. With true self-love, there is no idea of enough. Self-love is deeper than self-care. It's a path in the direction of self-acceptance, and that acceptance is important because it frees us from judging the self-care we need. Self-care can often lead to us focusing on where we need improvement. Maybe we have weight issues or bags under our eyes or our resumes thin. Although it's important to make progress in life, there really is no pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. Self-love is focusing on accepting both our lovable and unlovable parts. Where self-care fixes and addresses problems, self-love is the deeper reminder that we're not broken and therefore there's nothing to fix. Self-care can help our bodies, our spirits, our minds, our bank accounts, and the overall landscape of our lives, but self-love is what's going to help with how we feel. Both sides of the coin are interrelated, and feeding one will help with the other, but self-love won't run the risk of falling down a slippery slope. Self-love is self-correcting, whereas self-care still hints that there can always be more, and we can spend our whole life chasing. Self-love feeds and informs self-care. Self-care doesn't always do the same for self-love. Self-care is having that overdue ugly cry. Self-love will be cleaning up afterward. So despite reading all the books in the wellness section of the bookstore, doing all the workouts, using all the creams, soaking in all the Epsom salts, and drinking all the wine, work toward realizing that you are wonderful as you are, and these are bonuses and maintenance, but not requisite for you to feel like you deserve love. They happen because you deserve love. To have self-love also involves loving others and receiving love from others. Those are past the point of self-care and are important to acknowledge. Self-care won't make you love yourself. It should come from the fact that you already do. Boom. I'm like mind blown. And this actually reminded me of something that Lynette Adkins said in one of her YouTube videos that I watched. Big fan of her channel. But she was essentially saying that the myth about healing is that you can be so fixated on your healing girl era and you're doing all the quote unquote right things like journaling every day, meditating, going to therapy, and just getting wrapped up in that controlled environment and routine that you've created for yourself to heal. But until you go out into the world and live your life and deal with the unforeseen circumstances and things that you can't control coming your way, then how do you take that healing work you've done and really become healed or learn how to navigate those situations that are out of your control? So I feel like what he says in that chapter relates so much to that. Self-care acts like journaling, doing the inner child work, reflecting, going to therapy, and really focusing on you. But self-love comes into play when you take all the tools and take all the lessons you learn and then utilize them and try to develop a toolkit for navigating the world. And even if the outcome isn't perfect, even with all the healing, you're still not beating yourself up for it. You're just learning as you go, and you're accepting the highs and the lows of life as it is. So I thought that that chapter was very illuminating, and all in all, I'm actually past that chapter right now. I'm on chapter 43, but the chapters are really short, very practical, very easy to read. Can't put it down, highly recommend. But in a bit, I'm going to take a break from this book and do my gratitude journaling. So see you then. Just finished up my gratitude journaling, and I am going to wrap up the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed. I might be getting hungry in a little bit, so I'm thinking that I'll just like make a quick bagel before I get ready for bed. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoy, like I said at the beginning, all things veganism, mindful lifestyle, vlogs, travel, etc., show this video some love, subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment, and I'll see you very soon.